A warm greeting. Today is Tuesday, September 26, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I'll be providing an update on Tropical Storm Philippe, which is still grappling with shear winds, and the changes that have emerged in the forecast. Now, the National Hurricane Center has a track much farther west than what was predicted a few days ago. Additionally, we'll discuss Invest 91, which is close to becoming a tropical depression and could approach the northeastern Caribbean region over the weekend. In this visible satellite animation, we can clearly see the rotation of Tropical Storm Philippe, which continues to battle those shear winds. In fact, for most of the day, the circulation center has remained exposed to the west of the strongest thunderstorm activity. In the past few hours, we've seen a new burst of thunderstorms develop to the northeast of the circulation. This shear wind will increase as the circulation center moves west-northwestward. In the infrared satellite animation, we can see this new burst of thunderstorms developing to the northeast of the circulation. As it moves west or west-northwest, it will likely continue to generate some intense thunderstorms. However, the shear wind and dry air will likely cause this tropical cyclone to dissipate when it moves just northeast and north of the Caribbean. This weakening of Tropical Storm Philippe was not well predicted by global models, which is why we've seen significant changes in the trajectories. Now, models predict a west-northwestward movement over the next 2 days. Then, as it continues to weaken over the weekend, it may move completely westward, passing near the northeast of the Caribbean. It will most likely no longer be a tropical cyclone when passing through this area. If you live in the Caribbean, there's no need to worry about Tropical Storm Philippe because the shear winds will weaken this system, and it is forecasted to become a tropical wave by the weekend. In fact, there's good consensus among intensity models. In approximately 48 hours, nearly all models have Tropical Storm Philippe weakening into a tropical depression and then dissipating as it moves just northeast or north of the Caribbean. Responding to these significant changes in trajectory and intensity, note that the National Hurricane Center now predicts a much more southerly and westerly trajectory than in recent days. The good news is that, even though this trajectory is much closer to the Caribbean, by Friday, it is expected that this tropical cyclone will dissipate into a tropical wave as it passes very close to the north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Although this image shows a cone of uncertainty, the forecast indicates that it should be the remnants of Tropical Storm Philippe. At the moment, there is no threat of the effects of a tropical depression or tropical storm. This can be seen in the model projections. For example, here we have the European model with a trajectory passing just north of the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic. Note that the stronger winds, between 30 to 35 miles per hour, are likely to remain over the Atlantic waters without reaching land. The remnants of the tropical storm will not bring significant winds to the Caribbean. The proximity of this disturbance could bring some showers over the weekend. Here, we can see the projection from the GFS model, with 1 to 3 inches of rain over the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. By Monday and Tuesday, the rain should move into parts of the Dominican Republic. Current rainfall estimates are between 2 to 3 inches. At the moment, there is no anticipation of a flooding event. Now, the outlook is quite different for Invest 91, which is close to becoming a tropical depression. The National Hurricane Center has increased the chances of development to 80% over the next 48 hours. Judging by what we're seeing in the infrared satellite image, it's possible that we may see the development of a tropical depression within the next 24 hours. If you recall, in recent days, we had discussed that if Tropical Storm Philippe remained weaker and moved farther west, it would influence the future track of Tropical Storm Rina, allowing it to travel further west. It's important for residents of the northeastern Caribbean to stay alert to its evolution. According to trajectory models, it's anticipated to move generally west-northwestward over the next 2 to 3 days. Then, it may possibly take a westward turn, which we will need to monitor in case it approaches the Lesser Antilles. Still, the majority of models suggest that this future cyclone will likely take a path northeast of the Caribbean, but close enough for us to remain vigilant. Adding to the uncertainty in the trajectory of future Tropical Storm Rina is the factor of high uncertainty among intensity models. While some of them keep it as a tropical storm for the next 4 or 5 days, others strengthen it into a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane. Remember that the stronger it becomes, the more it tends to move northwestward. However, if it remains weak, it's more likely to move west and pose a risk to the Caribbean by early next week. Let's now see what the global models forecast. Here we have the GFS model. During today's afternoon run initialization, we have Tropical Storm Philippe and Invest 91, or what will soon become Tropical Depression number 18. The American model's projection hasn't changed much in recent days. We have the remnants of Tropical Philippe passing very close to the north of the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic over the weekend, but as a weakened system, possibly as a tropical wave. Also, you can see that by Sunday night or Monday morning, future tropical storm Rina could take a northwestward path according to the GFS model projection and strengthen into a hurricane. This is because a stronger system would tend to take a more northwestward path. Additionally, we have the European model's forecast with a somewhat similar projection. You can see Tropical Storm Philippe approaching the northeastern Caribbean and possibly dissipating during the late hours of Friday when it positions itself northeast of the Caribbean. We have Tropical Storm Rina strengthening over the Atlantic waters. Then, over the weekend, the remnants of Tropical Storm Philippe would pass to the north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. While the future Tropical Storm Rina will probably take a west-northwestward turn that could bring this future cyclone closer to the Caribbean region. However, note that consistently, the European model continues to show that it could pass around 200 to 300 miles northeast of the Lesser Antilles. This is a long-term forecast, so it's important for residents of the northern Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico to stay vigilant regarding its evolution in case there are any unexpected changes in its trajectory. Other models agree with this forecast. For example, the German model has the remnants of Tropical Storm Philippe passing very close to or over Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic over the weekend, bringing some rain but without significant effects. Future Tropical Storm Rina is expected to move dangerously westward and then eventually take a northwestward turn, passing northeast of the Caribbean. The UK model also aligns with this forecast. The remnants of Tropical Storm Philippe passing just north of the Dominican Republic during Sunday afternoon. Tropical Storm Rina maintaining a west-northwestward trajectory, passing about 300 miles northeast of the Lesser Antilles. In summary, the forecast indicates that Tropical Storm Philippe should continue to weaken as it moves west-northwestward. It's expected to pass just north of the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic over the weekend as a low-pressure system but not as a tropical cyclone. It will bring some rain to the north and northeast of the Caribbean. On the other hand, we'll pay close attention to Invest 91 to see how its forecast evolves, especially when we have a well-defined circulation center. This will provide a better idea of how close it may come to the Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico. Although, at the moment, it appears that it will pass just northeast of the region, the trajectory of future Tropical Storm Rina will depend on where that circulation center forms. The further south it forms, the greater the chance of it reaching the northeast of the Caribbean. Additionally, we'll monitor its interaction with a high-pressure system anticipated to be north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Under this scenario, there are two possible trajectories, one in which the high-pressure system forces this system to take a northwestward path or the other scenario in which it may move further west. While we are confident in the forecast for Tropical Storm Philippe and there's no need to worry specifically about this tropical cyclone, I urge you to pay more attention to Invest 91. Here at Hurricane Info, I will continue to keep you informed. For now, stay calm, there is no reason to worry because there are no cyclonic threats at the moment. Just stay vigilant regarding the evolution of future Tropical Storm Rina. Well, that's all for today. I will update you tomorrow afternoon or evening. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button below the video. With that, I bid you farewell, and I'll see you later.